If you're waiting to feel ready before you commit, you may never commit at all. Most people believe progress begins with motivation, with energy, excitement, or confidence. But motivation is fragile. It fades with fatigue. It disappears under pressure. It vanishes when results don't come quickly. If motivation is your engine, your momentum will always be temporary. What actually carries a person forward is something far quieter and far more reliable. It is standards. Standards are the decisions you make in advance about who you are, how you live, and what you refuse to compromise, regardless of how you feel in the moment. Standards are not emotional, they are intentional. They don't rise and fall with mood. They remain when everything else is uncertain. There is a truth many people avoid because it's uncomfortable. The days that shape your future rarely feel inspiring. They feel ordinary, repetitive, sometimes heavy. They arrive when you are tired, unrecognized, and unsure if the effort is worth it. And those are the days that matter most. Those are the days when identity is forged. Growth does not happen in bursts of enthusiasm. It happens through consistency, through showing up when the excitement is gone, through honoring commitments when no one is watching. This is where inner strength is built, not through dramatic moments, but through quiet repetition. Many people misunderstand discipline. They see it as restriction, as something rigid or joyless. But discipline is not punishment. Discipline is direction. Without discipline, life becomes reactive. You move based on impulse, distraction, and emotion. With discipline, your life gains structure, and structure does not limit freedom, it creates it. Structure removes chaos. Routine removes friction. When you live by clear standards, you no longer negotiate with yourself every day. You no longer ask, "Do I feel like it?" You already decided who you are, and that decision frees mental energy for what actually matters. Training when you don't feel like it is not about suffering, it's about self-respect. It's about honoring the future you are building rather than the comfort of the moment. The work you do on low-energy days teaches you something powerful, that you are capable of progress without motivation. Hard challenges are unavoidable. There will be seasons when progress slows to a crawl, when effort feels invisible, when others appear to be advancing faster, louder, and with less resistance. In those moments, comparison becomes tempting, but comparison is a thief of clarity. Purpose does not compete, purpose concentrates. When you live by standards instead of feelings, obstacles stop feeling personal. They become part of the process. Pressure becomes preparation. Resistance becomes refinement. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this developing in me?" Self-respect is built through kept promises, especially the promises no one else sees. Every time you follow through when quitting would be easier, you strengthen trust within yourself. That trust becomes confidence, not loud confidence, not attention-seeking confidence, but grounded confidence, the kind that doesn't need reassurance. Motivation fades, discipline stays, values stay, feelings come and go, but principles endure. When excitement disappears, values remain. They guide your actions when clarity is low. Growth driven by emotion burns fast and fades. Growth driven by values lasts. Leadership begins internally. Before you can lead anything outside of yourself, you must learn to lead your inner life, your thoughts, your habits, your responses. Leadership is not control over others. It is mastery of self, the ability to stay calm under pressure, focused in uncertainty, steady in adversity. There will be days when doubt feels heavier than belief, days when the work feels repetitive and unrewarded, days when quitting seems reasonable. Those days are not evidence of failure. They are evidence that you are in the middle of something meaningful. Depth takes time, strength takes repetition, excellence takes patience. Quiet strength does not rush, it does not announce itself, it does not demand recognition, it shows up consistently, refines its craft, and trusts the process. It understands that mastery is built through thousands of ordinary repetitions done with care. Overcoming challenges is not about eliminating struggle, it is about expanding your capacity to remain steady within it, to keep showing up, to keep working with intention, to stay aligned with your values even when the road feels long. Structure creates freedom because it removes chaos. Routine anchors you when emotions fluctuate. Standards protect you from becoming reactive. They keep you grounded when pressure rises. They remind you who you are when doubt tries to rewrite the story. You do not need confidence to act with discipline. You do not need motivation to act with commitment. You do not need certainty to continue forward. You need clarity of values and the willingness to honor them. The long road is built on patience, on humility, on restraint, It asks you to delay gratification, to choose growth over shortcuts, to accept that recognition may come later, or not at all, and to keep going anyway. High standards are not about being harsh with yourself, they are about being honest, about knowing what kind of life you want to build, and refusing to drift away from it. Drift is subtle, it happens when standards loosen, when excuses sound reasonable, when discipline becomes optional. But a life without standards slowly loses meaning, effort feels empty, motivation fades faster, direction becomes unclear. Standards give effort purpose, they connect daily action to long-term identity. Working when you don't feel like it builds resilience. Resilience is not toughness, it is steadiness, the ability to continue without drama, without self-pity, without needing constant reassurance. Resilience is quiet confidence in the process. There will be moments when progress feels invisible, when you question whether the work is adding up. This is where faith in the process matters. Not blind optimism, grounded trust, trust that consistency compounds, trust that small efforts, repeated daily, shape outcomes over time. Most transformation happens below the surface, before results are visible, before recognition appears, before confidence feels natural. This is the hidden season, and it cannot be skipped. Standards protect you during this season. They give you something solid to stand on when emotions waver. They help you keep moving forward even when nothing feels rewarding. You are not meant to feel motivated every day. You are meant to be committed. Commitment outlasts emotion. Commitment keeps you steady across seasons. Commitment turns effort into identity. A disciplined life is not rigid, it is intentional. It adapts without losing direction. It remains flexible without losing values. It moves forward without panic. Pressure will test your standards. Fatigue will tempt you to lower them. Discomfort will invite shortcuts, but shortcuts steal depth. They rob you of growth you cannot get any other way. There is dignity in persistence, dignity in choosing effort over ease, dignity in staying committed when no one is encouraging you. This quiet dignity becomes inner freedom, the freedom of knowing you can rely on yourself. When your inner life is ordered, your outer life stabilizes. When your values are clear, decisions become easier. When your standards are firm, progress becomes inevitable, even if it is slow. You do not need to rush. You do not need to prove yourself. You do not need constant validation. You need alignment. Alignment between who you say you want to be and how you live when it's inconvenient. Every hard day is an opportunity to strengthen that alignment. Every moment you choose discipline over impulse, you reinforce identity. Every time you continue without applause, you deepen meaning. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not weak for struggling. Struggle is part of refinement. Difficulty is not a sign to stop. It is often a sign you are growing. So return to your standards. When motivation fades, return to your values. When progress feels slow, return to your purpose. Keep doing the work. Keep honoring your commitments. Keep leading yourself with integrity. One day you will look back and realize the moments that felt the hardest were shaping you the most. The days you almost quit were strengthening your resolve. The standards you upheld quietly became the foundation of a life built with intention. Stay patient, stay disciplined, stay grounded. You are becoming, and the work you are doing now, unseen and uncelebrated, is building something that lasts.